Welcome to my last podcast. Let's get into it. Today is Tuesday. Oh my goodness. It's another week. And it's Thanksgiving week. I hope you guys are getting ready for the holiday. I know I am. Hating it, but it is what it is. Keeps your boy busy. But hopefully you guys are having a better Thanksgiving week than your boy is. Work gets tough around the holidays. I'm sure you guys feel that, but it's all good because we have some juicy shows still on the books for you guys. I'm still going to have an episode on Thursday. Don't worry, you guys are still going to get your Haunting Out of Line on Thursday because your boy needs his Haunting Out of Line on Thursday as well. So, without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Our thread is, what's the most WTF thing you've ever seen happen at a wedding? So, what crazy shit have y'all seen at a wedding? Let's see what's up. At the reception, the best man and groom were drunk and started fighting. The cops were called and the groom decided he would win a fight with the 6'5" state trooper. They had to hog tie him after he kicked two other officers. I was the photographer doing a favor for a friend. Yo, that is wild. I'm so surprised he didn't get tased. Man, imagine getting tased at your wedding, bruh. And then why would you try to fight your friend who is 6'5" and a state trooper? Like, nigga, no, sorry. No, thank you. That's crazy, bro. I wonder what they were fighting about. You know what I mean? Like, did he all of a sudden find out that, his wife, he banged his wife or something? Or like what? I mean, honestly, that's the only thing I can think of why you would be fighting. Like, what the hell, bro? Man. All right. Attended a wedding where they hired private security to ensure the bride's father and stepmom wouldn't come in and disrupt everything. After security blocked them from going in, I guess they decided to get drunk in the car. They then came back and proceeded to beat the security guard up with their empty liquor bottles. Yo. Huh? Oh, oops. Hold on. There we are. Okay. Before the wedding, I overhear the groom's family calling the bride paranoid and selfish, and that she shouldn't have invited her dad. Obviously, they had never met him before. Yo, that's wild. That's absolutely wild. They was just like, yo, make sure that these two people don't come in here because they crazy and they're going to be starting shit. And what happens? They act crazy and starting some shit. That is wild. Beating the security with empty liquor bottles is wild. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, hopefully it didn't, ruin the wedding too much, but damn. They wanted their German Shepherd in the wedding. He walked down by the bride and took a dump. Oh no. The dog was just walking along and then was just like, oh, hold up. Let me, that's good. All right, back to it. Took a hot shit right on the aisleway. That's funny. All right, what's the most what the fuck thing you've ever seen at a wedding? Groom got up during the reception to announce that they, both 18-year-olds, were already expecting a child. They had purposefully gotten pregnant so their parents would have to let them get married. Wow. And they were very religious parents, were very ashamed and trying to keep it a secret. But after the groom so loudly announced it to everyone else, a brawl broke out between the families, each accusing the other's kid of entrapping the other. Yo! Imagine an all-out bar club style fight just bursts out at a wedding. Just because they were like, we have an announcement, everybody, an announcement. we're pregnant and we're having our first child, and then out of nowhere they're just like, what the fuck? Did that bitch trap you? I was like, that bitch? No. What if he trapped her? And then everybody's just boxing each other. Honestly, I'd love to be one of the groomsmen or the best man just on the stage watching this shit show go down, because there ain't no way I'd be wanting to be in the pews where everybody is just beating the shit out of each other. Like, nah, man, I'm good on that. That's wild. Absolutely wild. I think it was a thing where they got married because they wanted to fuck. And they were just like, well, we can't just fuck. We got to have a baby. That sucks. All right, Maid of Honor did a wide receiver dive trying to catch the bouquet and went right through the wedding cake. Oh, damn. Hey, she really wanted to get married, but at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, those wedding cakes, I hear, cost thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? So for you to literally Randy Moss into one is crazy over a bouquet. It ain't that serious, Cheryl. We know you're 40 and single, but it ain't that serious. Goddamn, girl. She was just, and I guarantee you, she was footballing bitches out the way to get that bouquet. Man, she was tripping chicks. God damn. All right. What's the most what the fuck thing you've seen at a wedding? After the toast, the bride said she had a surprise for everyone and started playing a video. They got married a year ago in secret. Only 2 people there knew about it and kept it a secret from everyone. Even the parents didn't know. The end of the video, the bride turns to the cameras and said, "Surprise, bitches, you are at our 1-year anniversary." What? I wouldn't even know how to feel about that. I'd literally be in the chair like, what the fuck? Like, what did you do all this for? You could have just sat us down and fucking showed us the video. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got up at 6 a.m. for this shit. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Think about it. Like, you could have did this in an afternoon, but you out here planned all this shit. You got me waking up early in the morning, getting a suit together. I'm trying to get everybody out the house so we can get to this motherfucking place on time and shit. And for you to show a video and be like, surprise, we already got married. Like, what the nigga? I'd be so pissed. Like, the fuck is this? I'd be like, okay, so we really didn't have to come here for this. Like, I'd be hot, bro. I'd be hot. Like, what the heck is going on? Absolutely crazy, man. Oh, what's the most what the fuck thing you've seen at a wedding? I attended a wedding reception where the waiting staff started to become generally distracting during dinner. They were sweeping the floors, spraying windows, creating more of a mess than anything. They would ask guests to move, interrupting their conversations and meal. They would clear away bottles of wine and champagne that hadn't been finished, then quickly bring another just to grab it away again. One of the waiters even sat down and poured himself a drink. It was confusing and a bit appalling, but not as much as it was amusing. Turns out they were the hired entertainment. It created quite a buzz of conversation once we had all processed what was happening. I've never seen anything else like it. That's some odd ass entertainment. They were just like, hey, so we want you guys to like be the entertainment. They're like, okay, cool, yeah. What kind of show are you thinking? They're like, no. We don't want you guys to put on a show. We want you guys to annoy the absolute fuck out of our guests. Like, we want you to annoy the absolute fuck out of them. You know what I mean? Just be the worst waiting staff ever. Take people's glasses, you know what I mean? Drink their shit right in front of them, just so you can fill it up. Like, imagine you're just sitting down and you got your drink in your hand, you're just drinking and you set it down, and the waiter guy comes up and he's like, oh, would you like some more? And you're like, oh yeah, sure. He grabs your cup, drinks the rest of it, and then pours some in and drops it. Imagine that shit. And then you see another dude, he just pours himself a drink and he sits down and he's like, what's going on, guys? How's the wedding been? You guys having a good time? Great job? Like, imagine that. I honestly, visualizing, I can now see how, that would be kind of a bit of funny entertainment. It would kind of piss people off at first, but hopefully nobody gets punched in the face, you know what I mean? But as long as nobody gets punched in the face, I mean, I think it pretty accurate or pretty, okay. But hey, weird entertainment. All right, what's the most what the fuck thing you've seen at a wedding? Male stripper in a leopard print thong was hired to provide entertainment at the wedding I was attending. Yo, come on, man. Did she not have the bachelorette party? Was she just like, oh yeah, I can lump my bachelorette party in with the reception to save some money or something? Nobody paid any attention to him or tipped him. He got bored and sat by the buffet tables. I felt sorry for him and joined him for the remainder of the reception. We played mini games of tic-tac-toe. I was 6 years old at the time. That's crazy. Like, come on, man. Nobody is there for that. You know what I mean? Now, if this is a bachelorette party, cool. This makes sense. Swing a little ding-a-lang in her face and, you know what I mean, have a good time or whatever. But, bro, we're not trying to do that. Not at a reception. Yeah, I mean, like, put your dang-a-lang away, man. Get some cake and sit down. Like, what are you doing? Hey, that's just the stupidest shit ever. I don't know who thought that was going to be a good idea for entertainment at the reception. Like, get out of here. All right, a group of women shrieking with laughter as they tried to put their hands up the kilt of a 7-year-old boy to see what's up there. Hold on. A group of women shrieking with laughter as they tried to put their hands up the kilt of a 7-year-old boy to see what was up there. The bride and some of her friends intervened, and the women were physically removed from the wedding. The women in question were arrested for it after the one who was basically the ringleader was knocked out by the bride. Wait, what? Oh, so these women were trying to grab a 7-year-old boy's little dangling? And the bride came over and knocked the bitch out and then they got arrested? What the fuck? Because when I first read it, it made no sense. I thought the little boy was, the one that was looking up the skirt because he wanted to see what was under there or whatever. And the girls were like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Because it's a little boy. They're like, he doesn't know better. Like, it's fine. It's okay. We're just going to laugh it off. It is what it is. But no, apparently these grown ass women are just like, oh yeah, we're going to put our hands up a 7-year-old boy's kilt. Like, what? Huh? Okay. All right. The bride knocked her the fuck out. They got arrested. Okay. All right. What's the most what the fuck thing you've seen at a wedding? Bride's mother pulled a gun on the groom prior to the wedding starting. For some reason, the wedding got canceled. Yeah. I wonder why. I would cancel the wedding too if I got a gun pulled on me by my soon-to-be wife's fucking mom. That's wild. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Imagine you're about to get married to the love of your life and you're just like, man. And then your future mother-in-law walks in and it's just like, I gotta talk to you. And you're just like, yeah, no problem. What's going on? And she just digs in her purse and she just pulls out a gun and she's just like, so we're canceling the wedding and it's your idea that we're canceling this wedding. My daughter's not going to know about this exchange. You just decided that you wanted to cancel the wedding. Are we in agreement? Like, bro, and you're just like, oh, yeah, sure, definitely. 100%. I will go tell them now. 100%. Imagine. There ain't no way there's no way I could continue with that girl. God, I mean, unless she's, willing to like not have her mom in her life, but I would never kind of like ask someone of that, because there ain't no way I'm not telling her that her mom fucking pulled a gun on me. But again, who would believe that, and that's why I would just break the relationship up, because it's like, for one, I'm not going to ask you to stop talking to your mom. And then two, I'm not going to try to make you believe this ridiculous story of your mom pulling a gun on me and making me cancel the wedding. Like, again, think about it. You would not believe that. You'd be like, what the fuck? Why would you even say that about my mom? My mom would never do that. Blah, 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 blah. Why are you telling me to stop talking to my mom? You just want an excuse not to be together and this and that. You know what I mean? So you would absolutely have to just end it. Because there's no fucking way she's believing you that her mom pulled a gun on you. I mean, unless her mom's a psychopath and she kind of knows that already. But again, 9 times out of 10, the girl's not going to believe that shit. Like, let's just be real here. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And that's the toughest thing I've ever heard. There ain't no way that dude gets into his next relationship and he's just like, your mom don't got a gun, right? You know what I mean? Imagine being asked that on a first date, like, your mom don't got a gun, right? And you're just like, what? Huh? What? I'm just making sure. Just, trying to, ask the real questions out here. You know what I mean? Like, damn. All right. The first You May Kiss the Bride, the groom practically swallowed the bride's face and it lasted a good 8 to 10 seconds. Her second wedding, his fourth. Wow. It was cringy. That's, woo. Damn. It's, fourth time's the charm, you know what I mean? Like, bro, honestly, after like okay, if I got married, say I got divorced and I got married again, after the second time, I'm like, all right, man, this shit ain't for me. Yeah, like, come on, man, this shit ain't for me. Yeah, getting married and having all that, no. I would still date and have girlfriends, but it would not be to the degree of like, we're getting married. It would just be a strict, we're just boyfriend, girlfriend thing for life. And if we have kids, cool. If not, oh well, it is what it is. Like, bro, nah. 4 marriages is crazy. That's wild to me. No, thank you. Hopefully he doesn't have kids with anybody else. And same thing with her. All right. What's the most what the fuck thing you've ever seen at a wedding? My aunt was a justice of the peace and officiated a wedding where 7 women were wearing bridal dresses, not white dresses, full-on wedding dresses with accessories. Turned out the bride was very shy and hated to be the center of attention, but also wanted to wear a bridal dress for her groom. Her friends promised to wear their bridal dresses if she would wear one, and so they did. Honestly, that one's kind of pretty wholesome. I don't think that one is really like, what the fuck? Now, don't get me wrong, after a while, you're like, is this nigga marrying all of them? That would be like the first initial thought. You're just like, is he marrying all of these girls? Or is it a thing where, like they're going to get married and then they go to the back of the line and the next people get married and then they go back. You know what I mean? Like, is this kind of like a 5-man kind of wedding thing? They're just knocking it all out in one go, or what's going on? And then when you hear the story, you're like, oh, okay, that's sweet. Yeah, like she's a little shy. That's kind of cute. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm sure he thought that was actually absolutely adorable just because, you know what I mean? We men's out here, we love our shy girls. You know what I mean? You guys are cute. All right. My God, this one's long. Okay. What's the most, what the fuck thing you've ever seen at a wedding? I was once invited to a Nigerian wedding held in the UK. I arrived at the church about 20 minutes early and it was locked. No one there. After a few minutes, a couple of other guests arrived. After about a half an hour, a guy arrived to unlock the church and a lady started to set up flowers. Easily, an hour after the supposed beginning of the service, other guests started to arrive, then the bride and groom. As the service went on, including well after the bride and groom, he walked down the aisle. Guests continued to arrive and shuffle about the church, taking their places, saying hello to other guests, etc. At the end of the service, we all had to drive about 30 minutes to the reception elsewhere. We arrived there a good 2 hours before the wedding party. After the event, the bride realized that she'd sent the same invitation to her English and Nigerian guests and asked what time we got to the church. Apparently, guests are traditional, so late to the Nigerian weddings, and that it's unusual to put a false start time on them. Which in turn leads to everyone intentionally getting there well after the time they're given. However, the real what the fuck moment was the reception where the bride and groom danced as guests approached one by one to shower them with money, make it rain style. Again, apparently not unusual at a Nigerian wedding, but 100% not what I expected. It was a great wedding. It just would have been handy to know when to get there. So I think on the invitations, everybody got a different arrival time. So some people were supposed to be there at 11:45. Some people were supposed to be there at 12. Some people were supposed to be there at 12:30. Everybody got a different arrival time, which I think is a little weird, but I guess it's a way to kind of stagger people in. You know what I mean? Either that or, you kind of understand your guests and you kind of know, what I mean, your friends and your people and how they are. You're like, give them a later time because, they're late to fucking everything and, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So some people kind of feel early. Some people kind of feel late. I guess that could be weird. Yeah. And then the whole make it rain with the money thing, apparently that's a Nigerian thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm like, all right, then do your thing. You could just give me the money in an envelope, and that would be just fine. You know what I mean? But hey, do your thing. Do your thing. All right, what's the most what the fuck thing you've seen during a wedding? During the father-daughter dance, father was grabbing the daughter's ass. I was in utter disbelief. Wow. Okay, that's a little, if you ask me, you know what I mean? Like, why are you grabbing your own daughter's butt like that? That's kind of weird. She's married off to another man now, and you know what I mean? Whatever relationship you guys got going on, that should be ending, but, it makes me think like there was a little, more something going on there. I don't know. Okay. Sheesh. Okay. That's a lot. Okay. I'm going to do two more. The most what the fuck thing you've ever seen happen at a wedding. Groom smashes cake in the bride's face. Her dad immediately leads him outside, and all you hear is a thump, and a moment later, dad walks back in. Dad socked him up one. He straight side. He was just like, hey, man, let me talk to you outside real quick. Are you here? Just bam! Get your ass back in there. Get in there. Smashing cake in my daughter's face. What the fuck are you doing, man? You know how expensive that dress was? Her fucking makeup and hair, man. Come on now. God damn, nigga. You don't know what we had to pay for this shit. Homeboy walks in, black eye and shit, and he's just like, all right, damn. All right, it's going to be our last one. What's the most what the fuck thing you've ever seen at a wedding? A male relative of mine got married. His mother died a couple of weeks before the ceremony. His widow followed show up to the wedding with his new girlfriend. Damn, nigga. Hold up. His mom died a couple weeks before the wedding. This nigga already got another girlfriend. That's crazy. Who was wearing the dead mother's clothes. That's even crazier. Wow. Okay. Did not think it could get crazier than that. Like, his wife died. Couple weeks, I'd say a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks later, this man got another girlfriend, and then he's like, "Yeah, baby, you can wear her clothes." Like, wow, okay, you sure didn't miss your wife. Let's be honest here. I mean, the dress she picked out for the wedding, her shoes and jewelry. Our whole family was shocked. They spent the whole day telling everyone they saw that it would have been a shame not to use it, since it was such a happy coincidence that his late wife and new girlfriend share the same size. Needless to say, the groom loves his wife, but doesn't like to talk about the wedding. Yeah, man, that's a bit disturbing, and that's much. You know what I mean? That's disturbing, and that's kind of a bit much, if I'm being honest with you, because, yeah, like, just the fact that he has a new girlfriend literally a week to 2 weeks after his wife died, crazy. Like, yo, I don't think you love that woman. If let's keep it hundo P in this camp. I don't think you love that woman. You was just like, thank God, about time she's dead. You know, like, let's be real. Because if I'm being honest with you, it was probably a thing where, you know, the wife was on the way out and he was already dating the whole girl. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was like, no, baby, we could be together. My wife's just about to die. Like, it's all good. It's heartless. Woo, man. But that's going to go ahead and be that thread, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that thread, because, Jesus, that was a something thread, let me tell you that. Weddings are, yeah, there's so much planning that goes into weddings, but goddamn, they can go bad so quickly. And all it takes is one or two people to really fuck it up. Well, being honest with you. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not, you know. But if you have a crazy wedding story or anything that's ever happened at a wedding that you thought was bizarre, go ahead and let us know down in the comments. Love to read the comments and get you guys' take and you involved in the thread. Before we get into our scenarios, I'm going to breeze through announcements, and then we will hop into today's scenarios sent in by you and our lovely Patreon peoples. Patreon.com/MyTheAssholePodcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios like these people did today and on the Tuesday and Sunday shows. If you are an audio listener, keep downloading the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars if you haven't already. That is appreciated. And guess what? It's for free. If you want to help us out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Helps out a lot, and it's for free. And if it's for free, then it's for me. All right. And if you want to catch up on Haunting Adeline, I do have all of the links and descriptions down, or all the links to all the episodes down in the description. Sorry. But yeah, if you haven't read book 1, I got all the episodes for book 1 down in the description, whether on YouTube or Spotify. Got you on that. If you want to, we did Court of Thorns and Roses. We did the entire book. If you want to, in between, you're waiting for the next Haunting Adeline episode, there is that there too for you. We got that whole book done. That'll be linked down in the description. It also, YouTube and Spotify playlists, wherever you are, got you, fam. So let's hop into today's scenario sent in by you guys and our lovely Patreon peoples. Okay, our first one. Am I the asshole for making my friend pay to fix my car? Okay, hear me out. On a Halloween night, I went to my friend's house to drop off a gift because it was her birthday. I was driving around looking for her because she was walking around the neighborhood. I eventually found them, but I had stopped in the middle of the street, so I decided to pull into the alleyway so I wasn't blocking the road. My friend, we'll call her Elena, let's say Elena, walked into the alley so I could give her the gift. Okay. Elena's house was a block over, and I'm not familiar with the area of town, and all of the streets were blocked for the trick-or-treaters. So Elena asked if I could drive because it's down the street. I hesitated because she only has her permit, but she convinced me, so I said, be careful, but sure, you can drive. We proceeded to get into the car, and she got into the car and started driving down the alleyway. Keep in mind the average speed to go down an alleyway is 10 miles per hour. She starts to speed up too much, and I say, stop, you are going to hit that. And she does. That's it, yeah. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't think you're the asshole for asking her to want to pay for your car because, and honestly, you shouldn't have. You should have stuck to your gut. If I'm being, let's take it from the beginning. First off, you knew she didn't have a license like that, so why are you having her drive the car? You know what I mean? That was dumb. Even if you don't know where you going, bitch, you got Google Maps on your phone, or you can give me directions. Let's be hundo P on that first. Second, yes, she should pay because you decided to make the stupid decision to let her drive. And what happened? Her dumb ass sped up and she hit something. So it's like, you were behind the wheel. This was your fault. I didn't make you crash. You know what I mean? I didn't make you, do all that. I told you to be careful. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. If I'm being honest with you, like if you're going to crash somebody else's car, if you're going to drive somebody else's car, or you're going to be handling someone else's property, you better be responsible for it if it breaks or if something happens to it. And that's just the way it is now. If she really doesn't have means like that to pay you back, then yeah, you're going to probably have to figure something out, or, get her parents involved or whatever the case may be, because it's like somebody going to have to pay for this, and I don't know if insurance would cover it, just because, she's not covered within your insurance and all that kind of stuff. So they might just wave it off and be like, well, there's nothing we could do because you weren't behind the wheel. And, insurance is going to be a bit of a bitch, and they're not going to want to do anything. Insurance companies are kind of fucking scammers, but it is what it is. If it wasn't by law, a lot of people probably wouldn't have insurance, just because it's like, bro, they do anything and everything to not pay, not pay you out for your car, not pay you for, the damages or whatever happens. Like, they are very adamant about that. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. I don't think you're the asshole. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments though. And if you have other solutions, I'd love to hear them down in the comments. All right, on to our next one. Am I the asshole for refusing to bail my friend out of jail after he hit his wife? God damn, my nigga said, hey, equal lefts, equal rights, baby. Hey, damn, you bitches want equal rights? Okay, cool. I'm going to give you this real quick left. I have been friends with Jake, fake name, for over 10 years. Since day one, I've known Jake has a temper. He's the guy who gets way too angry at stupid things. Over the years, I've watched him explode on people, punch walls. I've completely lost it. I've tried to help. I've told him so many times that he needs therapy or anger management. His answer is he doesn't need help. People just push his button. 2 years ago, he married Sarah, and she is the sweetest, kindest person ever. But honestly, I've been worried about her. I've seen him yell at her over the dumbest things, like not putting enough salt on his food or something equally unbelievable. Damn. Why in the hell? She had to have known before getting married to him that he's got a temper like that. Why would you marry a dude like that? Why would you even contemplate a marriage and spending the rest of your life with someone like that? There's no way that you didn't see these behaviors beforehand, before you got married, or he proposed, or even getting together. That's surprising to me. Yesterday, a friend called me saying Jake had been arrested for hitting Sarah during an argument. Apparently, a neighbor heard the commotion and called the cops. Jake called me from jail begging me to bail him out. I said no. He crossed the line and I'm done. He flipped out, calling me a fake friend, and said I was abandoning him in his darkest hour. Since then, his family has been blowing up my phone, saying I'm heartless and that everyone makes mistakes. Sarah actually reached out to me, thanking me for not enabling him and giving me a BJ as a No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I added that other part. Okay. Sarah reached out to me thanking me for not enabling him is the whole sentence. My bad. She told me she's planning to leave him for good, and I said I'd help her however I can. Yeah, I know you weren't helping. Come on now, brother. Now I'm stuck in the middle. Some of our friends are saying I did the right thing by letting him face the consequences, but others think I should have bailed him out because that's what friends do. Honestly, I feel torn. This is someone I've known for so long, but I can't excuse what he did. My asshole for refusing him out of bail. Damn, that one's a tough one. Because I'm trying to think, like, if my friend hit his girl and went to jail and he called me and was like, yo, bail me out. I don't know. Honestly, like, knowing that that's him, I wouldn't be surprised that he'd be in jail, first off. Just because, you know, I think he knows, like, hey, this is how this dude is. You know what I mean? That's just him. So even if you did decide to bail him out, I really don't think that's, like, enabling him. It's just more of, like, you know the type of guy that he is. You know the type of person he is. Sarah might have not seen, like, the full him, you know. He might have been hiding certain characteristic flaws and traits that he has, and, you know, she just hadn't seen it, and then all of a sudden it kind of came out in that argument. But personally, I would, yeah, I probably would bail my friend out. I ain't gonna lie, I probably would. Now I understand hitting his woman, that ain't right. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I know that he's like that and that's who he is. I don't expect Sarah to stay with him. I don't expect them to, you know what I mean, reconcile things. And I would even tell Sarah that too. Like, look, that's my friend. I'm going to have his back, but that doesn't mean you have to stay with him. You can divorce him and, you know, move on and live your life and do the things that you want to do. And he's going to just have to deal with that. But you have to understand that that is my friend. And, you know, yes, this is him. He blows up at these certain things, not defending his actions, not saying that they're justified or by any means. But again, that's my friend. I have his back and I know that he's like that, you know, and this was probably something that he, was anticipating, if I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of anticipate this kind of stuff because, again, he knows who he is. Sarah probably got an idea of him, you know, because he hid these characteristics and flaws in him, and then it came out and she's just like, what the hell? Who are you? Why would you? Oh, you know? And so she doesn't really know that. She doesn't really see that. And that's why I would be like, look, man, I would tell Sarah, look, that's my boy. I'm going to have his back. But that don't mean you got to stay with him. You know what I mean? Get a divorce. Get out of this relationship. Move on. I'm going to make sure that he doesn't, you know, contact you and come near you and stuff like that. So that way the divorce proceedings goes over well, you know, and stuff like that. And my boy, he's going to have to get some help. You know what I mean? I'm going to help him try to get some help. And, you know, let's see if we can therapy it up or whatever. And, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you shouldn't abandon those who need help. You know what I mean? And honestly, you have to just kind of be willing to help them, you know? It's like, and that's just how I see it. If I'm wrong, that's fine. I understand the circumstances, but again, you know, Sarah should be a bigger woman and leave and divorce him and move on and live her life, because, you know, she shouldn't tolerate that ever. And so, you know, but at the same time, it's like, you really shouldn't abandon your boy, you know, especially when he really needs help, you know. But yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, because again, it's very morally conflicting, you know, because like on one hand, you're just like, nah, man, why would you, you know, bail that guy out, you know, and have him back out on the streets kind of thing. But it's like, I think it's what you're willing to do afterwards, you know, is what kind of really matters. But yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that one. That one's tough. All right. Friends with benefit was cheating on his girlfriend and was stressing me out because of it. But yet you were out here fucking him. Like, well, come on, man. I mean, unless you didn't know about the girlfriend. You know what I mean? If you didn't know about the girlfriend, then okay. But if you knew about the girlfriend and you were still letting homeboy smash, come on, man. Come on, man. What we doing here? All right. So I was friends with benefits with a guy for 2 years until January 2024. It wasn't until it was revealed recently he got into a relationship in the middle of us hooking up. I found out from Facebook when his girlfriend posted a picture of them together. I messaged her and she told me they were together since August 2023. And became joined at the hip in December. So my man was just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this coochie going on the side, but I'm still out here looking for my wife. You know, I'm still out here looking for my wife. I'm looking for the love of my life still. Yeah, but I ain't gonna stop. Yeah, I mean, slipping this one to pickle. Like, yeah, we ain't gonna stop that. Like, all right. Way longer than I expected. I learned the same days him and I were together were the same days he was seeing her. The story, we were really just friends with benefits, but he treated me like I was his girlfriend, checking my phone, wondering where my location was, accusing me of cheating, etc. That's weird. Okay. He felt like I was cheating the most in August 2023. In November of that year, I decided to end everything with him because of my depression. My father passed away and my family and I were grieving, so I cut him off. He blew up my phone the whole entire month. After 2 weeks, he tried to call me and told me to stop being so sad. 2 more weeks later, end of November, he called again and wanted to come over. I had a UTI at the time and was in pain, so when I found out he was accusing me of not grieving but sleeping around multiple men, he complained, and it's been about 4 weeks since we had sex, and that I'm most likely sleeping with other men. He threatened to stop talking to me for good and changed his number because of my dishonesty and putting his health at risk. Okay, nigga. A bit overreacting, but sure. All right, whatever. You tell yourself that. In December 2023, I called him to tell him happy birthday on his birthday, but I was blocked. So I tried to call him on no caller ID, but no answer. He calls me back and asked me if that was me that called, and I jokingly said no. From there, he starts yelling at me, calling me a liar. He says I'm most likely sleeping around with my ex. Sleeping around, and my ex is one of them. I was freaking out and I gave him my ex's number so he can call and ask my ex for proof I wasn't cheating on him. He calls my ex, but I have no clue what he said. Girl, why? If he's over here just like, I never want to talk to you ever again, and then he blocks your number and all that, that's it. You're done. He's done. Move on. The penis ain't worth it after that. Like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like, are you in love with this guy or something? Because only a girl that's in love with a dude is going to be sitting there talking about, I'll give you my ex's number and you can talk to him. And we haven't been doing anything. Bro, come on. I kind of think that this was a little more to you the same way it was for him. I think you guys both, this wasn't just an FWB situation. It may have started like that, but I'm thinking that it kind of evolved into a bit of like a lustful relationship for each other. You know what I mean? But both of you didn't want to say that or like be committal to each other when you both want the commitment. Because again, no girl, and I mean no girl, has a guy tell them, oh yeah, I never want to talk to you ever again, blocks you, and then you're over here, happy birthday, oh my god, no, I wasn't the one that called you, oh my god, no, you can talk to my ex, here, I'll give you his number, well, we haven't been doing anything, I swear, I promise. It's like, come on, man, like this just spells I love you, nigga, all over it. Like, come on, but whatever. He calls my ex, but I have no clue what he said. He calls me back to let me know he spoke to my ex. He only told me that he told my ex he had a girlfriend, but then later says there is no girlfriend, but he was seeing a girl, but she moved away to another city and broke up. Okay, so he told her ex, yo, I got a girlfriend. Then he tells her, nah, I ain't got a girlfriend. But then there was some girl, but she moved away and then they broke up. What? Like, come on, man. Let's pick a story and stick to it, my guy. What are we doing? I continued to see him until the beginning of January 2024. I had an extreme gut feeling he had really just got a girlfriend, so I left him alone. I ended up right, but at the time I thought he had just got a girlfriend, but he was in a serious relationship with a girl way before that. He was stressed out keeping up with the two relationships and putting it onto me. The so-called girl never moved cities. She was here all along in his apartment. Also, him threatening to stop talking to me and changing his number wasn't because of my dishonesty, but because he was dating her and didn't want it to look like it was his fault. I think he got caught. I think that's what it is. I think my nigga got caught and the girlfriend was like, who is this bitch that you're texting? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I mean, I think you got caught and that's why you did that. And you're just like, oh, babe, no. I'll tell her, like, I never want to talk to you again. Da, 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 da. You know, like, come on, man. It's like,
stop the cap.
Get the fuck up out of here, bro. You know what I mean? Yo ass got caught. That's what it was. He knew if he told me he had a girlfriend, there would be no way getting me back. It was a month ago, but I can't get over the whole situation no matter what. What should I do? Girl, what are you doing? Seriously. I get it. You love this man. Let's be real. You do. You love this guy. There's no way in hell this would be burning you up so much to the point like this. If this was actually FWB, you'd be able to walk away from this like, it is what it is. You would have walked away back in November when he was just like, oh yeah, I never want to talk to you ever again. Blah, 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 blah. And he changes his number and all that shit. You would have walked away then. You wouldn't have came back a month later talking about happy birthday and then given dude your ex's number so he could be like, yeah, no, I have a girlfriend. Blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, you're in love with this nigga and stop. Stop lying to yourself. You're in love with this guy. And sadly, you need to walk away from this situation. That is wild to me that you are still contemplating something with him. You're still even asking like, what should I do? Should I find a way to be together with him again? Or should I, just give him more of the coochie? Like, what should I do? It's like, bro, what are you doing? Because all you're doing is, like, my man's is winning. If I'm being honest with you, and you're losing, you are taking the biggest L ever. Why? Because you are just being used as a hole, if I'm being honest with you. My man is using you as a hole to put his penis in. That is it. That is all he cares about. He really don't give a fuck about you like that, and he hasn't for these months since August. You know what I mean? That's why he was literally just like, I guarantee you, it was one of those things where whenever his girlfriend was busy or, you know what I mean, she didn't want to give up the booty or whatever, he would hit you up and be like, yeah, I know she gonna give me the booty, and you're over here just like, oh my God, yeah, most definitely, come on over. I'm so down. Like, let's do it. Because you were just so eager because you're so in love with this guy. Like, bro, there's nothing you could tell me that doesn't say that you aren't in love with this guy. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can say. Absolutely nothing. And I guarantee you, even the listeners out there are just like, yeah. And all the girl listeners out there are like, yeah, there ain't no fucking way I would give an FWB my ex's number to be like, yeah, I'm not cheating. Nigga, fuck you. You don't need to be knowing what I'm doing. Even if I am out here fucking, we just friends with benefits, nigga. Like, get the fuck about my, my life and convos and all that. Like, get on with that shit. Like, what the heck, bro? You know what I mean? But you in love with him. I get it. But you need to move on. You need to move on. You looking stupid out here, man. You know, and you literally got the clown hair on, you got the rubber nose and the white makeup and everything, man. You looking stupid. You looking mad stupid. And he's winning. He's like, I got the love of my life at home, and whenever the love of my life at home ain't giving me some booty, I'm gonna go ahead and use this chick right quick and get my nut off and then be like, peace, bitch, back to my wife. Like, come on, man. And you know, and you don't see it like that. You're just like, no. Oh, he loved me. Yeah, that's my guy right there. Like we like this, you know. But we're just FWBs, you know what I mean? We're just FWBs. No commitment. We're just FWBs. But that's my man though. That's my man, but we FWBs. That's my man though. Like that's how you look. You know what I mean? That's how you're acting. You like, that's my man, but we FWBs. No commitment, but that's my man. FWBs. That's craziness, man. Absolutely craziness. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, man. God damn. All right, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that her pussy stank? Oh, no, it actually says, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that her privates smell sometimes? I mean, practically the same thing. That coochie stank. All right. So, me, 32 male, girlfriend 30 female, have been together for a little over a year. I had noticed a smell from time to time when we were being lazy around one of our apartments, but I couldn't place what it was. It happened at both places, so I figured it was just her hair product or something. The smell isn't disgusting or anything, but it can be unpleasant at times. Not enough that you want to get away from the area, but enough it'll make you think, God, I wish this would go away. The way I found out where it was coming from was using the restroom after her. It was a very unpleasant day. We had just been very active all weekend, and showers were more of a quick rinse off instead of a proper shower. We were hiking and camping at the state park, and being a little dirty just comes with the territory of camping. On the drive home, I noticed it in the car, and when we got home, she used the restroom first, and I asked to use it after her before she showered. When I went into the bathroom, the smell just hit me like a sack of bricks. All she had done was pee, and the smell was so amplified from that there was no mistake. It was vaginal. I come out like nothing happened and let her shower, thinking maybe she smelled it again after some fresh air in the other room. It might trigger her to clean her area better. It didn't do much, so she's smell blind to it. Okay. After her shower, I go in the shower. And the smell is mostly gone, but faintly they're mixed with soup fragrances and such. Okay. I take my shower and come out to finish unpacking, and we start talking about what we want for dinner. She is in comfy clothes, just a big t-shirt and some looser fitting yoga pants, and I didn't notice anything at first. We ordered pizza, and she takes her pants off to snuggle up under a blanket. When she gets up to grab a drink later, after maybe an hour under the blanket, the smell pours out from underneath the blanket. At this point, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know how to bring it up delicately, and I don't want to be rude or anything. She's a very clean person, takes care of her hair, does the face routine stuff, and her hands are never dirty. Clothes are always clean. Apartment is spotless, and she picks my place up too when I left it to get a little grungy. So she's very clean, and I don't know how this slipped past her. Fast forward 3 days, and life is as usual. And she says, I think I'm starting my period soon, to me when I'm at her apartment one night. And I figure this is my in to mention it under the veil of hormones, maybe. So I reply, yeah, I think you are too, somewhat vague. She gets a kind of what look on her face, and I immediately knew that was a dumb play on my part. So I say back, well, sometimes when you're near your period, it can cause you to have a different scent, kinda. It's not bad. I can just tell. Can't explain it really. And she kind of spazzes out a little, asking me to explain more. So I started beating around the bush, haha, and alluding to it being that I can smell her vagina because of her hormones without explicitly saying that. It results in a short lived argument, and we don't really come to a resolution and are kind of just distant for a couple of hours before I end up heading home to take care of my dog. As a few days pass and she's back off her period, we go to have sex again, and I can smell it a tiny bit, but it's not terrible at all. So I figure maybe she is taking extra care of that area. Well, during and after sex, it's the only thing dominating my mind because the smell is so abundant. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm constructing it to be a bigger issue in my mind or noticing it more than it is really there because I became fixated on it or something. After we clean up from sex and are going about our normal rest of the night, I more bluntly bring it up. I started with, hey, there's something I want to talk to you about. And she asked, what is it? And I preambled with all the delicate, I know this is a sensitive issue type stuff. And then I told her sometimes your vagina has a smell to it that is pretty strong. I noticed it at home when you're not wearing underwear pretty regularly. And she flipped out on me. I asked her to go see an OBGYN about it, or if she could tend to the area better because maybe it's just an overactive gland or something. I have no idea. I'm just spitballing suggestions and am a fish out of water at this point. We get into a huge heated argument, and I ask if there's anything I can do with my area that she would like in return, or even appearance, like shave my beard or anything. And I said, I'm worried it could be a health issue that she needs to have addressed, but she needs a professional opinion on. She keeps saying it's natural and she doesn't smell anything, and I'm making her feel like she's disgusting and stuff. I can just continue with if I can smell it. I'm just worried it might be there when you're at work and other people notice it but don't say anything. So it ends up with her storming out of the argument, continues over text, but for a bit before we reside to stopping talking for the rest of the night pretty much. So now it's been a couple of days since then, and she is pretty much distant and hasn't brought it back up. I've only seen her for lunch one day, and she says she's been tired and going home. Very you're not invited-esque, so I don't ask to come over. I'm not sure how else to approach the topic or what I did wrong. I don't feel like an asshole because it's a legitimate concern over something that hasn't always been there. Oh, okay, so this is a recent thing. Or at least that I didn't notice was there, but she's still clearly mad. So am I the asshole bringing this up? Or is it something that y'all just let ride and hope your partner figures out? Damn. Well, I mean, I hate that she, didn't at least try to take your words into consideration as far as like, oh, hey, maybe it could be something going on, like let's go see a doctor and see, if something is actually going on. And I'm not sure he was just, he walked up to her and was just like, babe, your pussy stank. Like, the fuck's wrong with you? Fix that shit. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't say some shit like that. I'm sure he was just like, babe, hey, look, what I mean? I thought it was, your period, this and that. I mean, it could be a pH thing, what I mean? She might have like changed soaps or some shit and it threw her shit off. And, I mean, I've heard that, women's pH can get thrown off by fucking anything. You know what I mean? Stress throws that shit off. And, just being physically overexhausted can throw it off. Yeah, there's a lot that kind of goes into that type of stuff. If you guys are using condoms, it could have been a thing where, there might have been a piece of it, get stuck in there or something like that. That could cause it to, smell and things like that. And there's a lot of things that can really happen. And I only know this stuff just because of a previous relationship that I've been in where we dealt with a lot of these kind of issues. And we were constantly in the OBGYN just like, yo, what the fuck's going on? And, they would tell us all of these things. So I just hate that she's not really like taking your concern as like, okay, well, let's just go see a doctor. Let's see what's going on and let's see, what they have to say about it. Like if this is a big concern to you, I'll at least look into it. It's just out of love. It's not a thing where he's trying to like put her down for it or, be like, God damn bitch, clean your coochie. You know what I mean? It's nothing like that. But I do think it's probably like a pH issue where, she's either in high stress or, she changed her shampoo and, it's throwing it off, or you might even be throwing it off. That happens as well. Our dangalangs throw it off. It could be you. You never know that. It's highly possible. You know what I mean? How would you resolve any of that? I don't know. Again, I think the best thing to do is to go see a doctor and get a professional opinion, like you said. But obviously, she's got to be willing to want to do that, And so if she's not willing to do that, then it's kind of like, so I do understand the frustration and where that can kind of come from as well. But yeah, bro, I don't think you're the asshole at all just because you're bringing up a health concern to her. Like, hey, look, you know what I mean? I love you. I care about you. And I see this as a concern because this has never been there before and all of a sudden it is. So, maybe there might be an overactive gland. You could be going through a lot of stress. You could, you may have thought, this new shampoo was right for you and it's not. There's a plethora of things, like, again, it could be even a thing where a condom busted and there's a piece of it inside of her. You fucking never know, and I would just hope that, she would at least try to take your words as consideration, yeah, because I get it, man. Navigating those conversations with your girl is like open heart surgery. You have to be very precise in how you say it and the words you use and all that kind of stuff because, women are just like that. It just is what it is. But if you got a steady hand and you're able to navigate through it and be able to get her to realize that it's just a health concern and it's just something that I want you to look into so that way you can be healthy, you know what I mean, for us, and then, it's all good. But yeah, again, ladies, chime in. What could it be? Why is her coochie stanking? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know how he should navigate this open heart surgery situation. All right. But that's going to go ahead and be the end of today's episode, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let me know what you think about everything we covered in the thread, as well as each scenario down in the description, in the comments, sorry. If you want to support the show even more, patreon.com/myasshole podcast. Get in there for that exclusive episode every single Friday, and being able to send in your scenarios like these people did today. Being a part of the thread as well. Get down there in the comments and be a part of the thread. I love when you guys get a part of the thread and you guys are commenting and sharing your opinions on each episode. I love you guys all. I will see you on Thanksgiving for Haunting Adeline. And I believe we're on chapters 5 and 6, if I'm correct. I could be wrong, but it might be 5 or 6. But we're going to be doing Haunting Adeline nonetheless. So I will see you guys on Thursday. I love you all and peace.